Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another ultimate comparison, and to all my new viewers out there, a very warm welcome to PRcast 9. If you haven't joined this family already, it's really simple. Just hit the subscribe button, click on the bell icon, and that's it. You're a part of this family forever. With that said, today I'm comparing the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 with the boAt Stone 1000. And I know it's kind of an odd comparison. I mean, two different speakers from whole different leagues, but it was, trust me, fun to do this comparison because the results were very satisfying and surprising. So before we get into the sound test, let me just tell you something about these speakers. So the boAt Stone 1000 is a 14 watt RMS speaker. It's big, it's not something you would call ultra portable. It's got a big size signature. It's got a strap with which you can carry it. It's got two speaker driver units up front, and at the back, it's got a passive bass radiator. On the side, it's got the controls for your volume and the modes and for changing tracks. And at the back, you have a flap which houses the micro USB port for charging. And apart from Bluetooth, the only other connectivity option that you have is aux. It's got a built-in microphone for you to answer your calls. It's got a 3000 milliamp hour battery, which is quite big, and in a single charge, if you're playing at around 75 to 80% volume, it'll give you easily up to 6.5 hours of continuous playback. It's also got IPX5 water and dust resistance. So all in all, a very formidable and hefty package. On the other hand, we have the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. Now in comparison, the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 is something that is ultra portable. You can just carry it in one hand. It's super light. It's really small. It's also got front firing speakers which have a capacity of 10 watt RMS. So compared to the 14 watt RMS of the boAt Stone 1000, the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 has 10 watts of RMS output. At the back, it has no other passive bass radiator, but the passive bass radiator has been placed at the bottom of the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. So a bit of different design choices there. On the side of the Tagg Sonic Angle 1, you have the controls for your volume and your changing modes and everything. One neat feature of the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 is that you can pair it with another Tagg Sonic Angle 1. So if you want that true wireless stereo experience, you can pair it with another one. So both of these, both the speakers, the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 and the boAt Stone 1000, in terms of connectivity, it's only Bluetooth and aux, no FM, no USB port. Both have inbuilt microphones, IPX5 water and dust resistance, and that's about it. So right now we are directly going to go into the sound test. I'm going to play the same tracks from both of these devices. You guys listen, form your judgment. I'm going to come back and give you my verdict on how these sounded in person, where they sounded better than the other, and what were the differences in terms of sound reproduction, and ultimately which one you should get. So without further ado, let's get straight into the sound test.
Hey pretty baby, am I in your way? Cause you walked out so fast yesterday. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. So tell me what you want, tell me how you want it. Tell me all the reasons that you're running away. I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, 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 I just wanna be with you.
have it, guys. That was the sound test between the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 and the boAt Stone 1000. So I hope that gave you a pretty good idea of how these work when in action. But now let me give you my verdict on what I heard in person inside my studio. Starting off with the Tagg Sonic Angle 1, I've mentioned that in my review of the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 that for its size and for a 10 watt RMS speaker, the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 is a really solid performer. It's got really nice overall sound, it's got good bass, but then you're comparing it to the boAt Stone 1000, which is a monster in comparison, not just the size but the sound as well. And you could say it's because of those extra 4 watts of RMS that the boAt Stone 1000 has. Could be true, but overall, when you're choosing sound, there are 3 things that you should judge speakers by. I've mentioned this in my other comparisons as well. So I broadly categorize them into the 3 frequencies and how good they produce these 3 frequencies. That is the highs, the mids and the lows. So the highs are the higher frequencies where the sharp instruments will be heard. The mids are the vocals which form most of the body of the music. And then you have the lows or the bass, which we all are really thirsty for. Talking about the Tagg Sonic Angle 1, in terms of its highs, it is really sharp and of a very good quality. So both of these were playing at full volume in the test that you just heard. The Tagg Sonic Angle 1, even at full volume, very seldom will it crackle a little bit in the high frequencies and the mid frequencies. Very rarely. And that too is when the music of the song is just starting and there are no other instruments playing apart from maybe one single instrument. So in that area, maybe there will be a bit of crackling on the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. But in terms of the quality of the highs, it is at that sweet spot, really clear, sharp and very nice to listen to. In comparison, and surprisingly, the boAt Stone 1000, it crackled much more than the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. And that too was just at the beginning, and this is a very rare case. You won't get this on all tracks. On maybe certain tracks, you might find that the mids and the highs will show a bit of crackling at the beginning, but once the music piles in, the rest of the instruments and the vocals and everything hits, that crackling goes away. If you just had to judge, if I just had to take a call, which one I would choose in terms of the highs and mids, it would be the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. But here's the catch. Once the music starts, once everything starts playing, the richness, the power of the boAt Stone 1000 absolutely crushes the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. But it actually breaks my heart to say this because the boAt Stone 1000 is it's got far larger speaker driver units inside. It's got a bigger bass radiator. So definitely it's not a fair match. But when we are doing that comparison, if sound is all that matters, then quality is where it has to come to. And in terms of that, the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 is a solid performer. By no means is it poor or is it not worth listening to. It is great. But when you compare to something like a boAt Stone 1000, the sheer power and quality once the music starts, the boAt Stone 1000 takes the cake there. Now we come to the bass or the lows. Well, there is a different design choice, as I said. The Tagg Sonic Angle 1 has a bottom firing bass radiator, while the boAt Stone 1000 has a back firing bass radiator. The bass radiator of the boAt Stone 1000 is much larger than that of the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. But the Tagg Sonic Angle 1, in all of the ultra portable or Bluetooth speakers of its size that I've compared or I've heard, has got up till now one of the best or the best bass radiator in such a small package. It is really powerful and it really held up its game with the boAt Stone 1000. But in the end, the boAt Stone 1000 passive bass radiator is so powerful that when I'm doing these comparisons side by side, when I'm hearing the same tracks and the same bass performance in the boAt Stone 1000. It's such a treat to listen to the boAt Stone 1000 and how it produces bass. Both of these produce undistorted bass even at full volume, but the power and thickness, richness and quality of the bass goes to the boAt Stone 1000. It is that good, and I've also mentioned that in my review of the boAt Stone 1000. There could be cases, and I've mentioned this time and again, that because in that small package of the Tagg Sonic Angle 1, the bass is so heavy and the bass is so powerful that at times it ends up sacrificing on the vocals or the mids. So sometimes on certain tracks, not all, you would find that the vocals are getting a bit muffled or a bit distorted when the bass is hitting hard on the Tagg Sonic Angle 1. But that was never the case with the boAt Stone 1000. It is one beast, it is a monster, and it is worth every penny that you pay for it. In terms of sound, both of these are solid performers. I mean, both are bringing their A game to the table, but now this is me helping you out in terms of your purchase decision. If ultra portability is not a factor, there is no other debate. Just go for the boAt Stone 1000 and you will not be disappointed. It's one of the most satisfying listening experiences that you'll get from a speaker of this size and the price range. The Tagg Sonic Angle 1 is definitely your go-to Bluetooth speaker if you want portability, ultra portability, great sound, great clarity with power. Then the Tagg Sonic Angle 1 is definitely your choice. But here's my advice. The Tagg Sonic Angle 1 retails for $24.99 to $22.99. The boAt Stone 1000 usually sometimes goes up to the just above 3,000, sometimes 2,999, but sometimes if you're lucky, you can even get the boAt Stone 1000 for $24.99 or $23.99. Guys, if you ever find the boAt Stone 1000 being sold for anything below $2,500, just go for the boAt Stone 1000. There is no point spending the same amount of money for a speaker which is smaller but not as powerful as the boAt Stone 1000. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. If you don't mind spending that cash for a smaller speaker, go for the Tagg Sonic Angle 1, because in itself, in its league, it is probably the best portable Bluetooth speaker out there right now. But size not being a factor, the boAt Stone 1000 is your go-to choice. So the links to both of these speakers are in the description below. You can buy it straight from there. It'll take you to Amazon. Like I said, if you're lucky, you can get both of them on a discount and you'll really enjoy listening to music and songs from both of them. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, do let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because you do not want to miss many other ultimate comparisons that will be in the works in the future. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.